have tips for saving money on horse management, and there are some new updates to the CEM investigation this week. I'm Erin Ryder, news editor of The Horse, your guide to equine healthcare. Welcome to the Ryder Report for January 27th. Most horse owners do not own horses as a business or with expectations of generating household income from them. Rather, owners are more intent on maximizing the amount of pleasure or involvement per dollar spent. Saving money when it comes to horse ownership is always important, but even more so when the economy is down and people are struggling with everyday bills. Keeping the horse healthy through sound maintenance practices is crucial to keeping costs down. From targeted deworming to smarter nutrition, we have some tips on managing a horse on a tight budget at Article 13501 on thehorse.com. The article is provided by Dr. Pat Evans of Utah State University. If you're a Utah resident or neighbor, check out the Utah State Equine website for a schedule of presentations on this topic for even more ideas. The New York State Agriculture Commissioner released a statement on the investigation into contagious equine metritis last week. This was interesting for two reasons. It was the first time we had seen an official list of the identities of the 9 stallions that had tested positive at that point, and it was also the first official statement to indicate that no mares in the investigation have tested positive. You can read this statement via a link at Article 13494 on thehorse.com. In other news related to the investigation, it was announced January 23rd that a 10th stallion has tested positive. This stallion is located in Wisconsin. The identity of the 4-year-old Paint has not yet been released, but the statement did note that he had been at a Wisconsin AI center at the same time as another infected stallion. Read more at Article 13505. As of January 26th, the USDA website says the locations of 443 CEM exposed horses have been confirmed, including 54 stallions and 389 mares. These horses are located in 45 states. The President's inaugural parade has a long tradition of including horses in the festivities, and this year was no different. With more than 200 horses representing 10 teams from throughout the United States, riders helped make this historic celebration memorable. But the Southern Ohio Ladies Aside team is counting itself lucky after an accident involving one of their horses and a Secret Service truck. The Appaloosa named Mouse was spooked just as he was entering the parade route and backed into the truck, sliding his hind leg between the bumper and the vehicle. Workmen had to take the truck apart to free him. Veterinarians arrived on the scene immediately and sedated the horse. Mouse was promptly transported in the equine ambulance provided by Days End Farm Horse Rescue and only required a few stitches. He is expected to make a full recovery. Read more at Article 13485. The opportunity to respond to a public survey launched by the Unwanted Horse Coalition is coming to a close. Launched in November, the survey is an effort to provide hard data on the scope of the unwanted horse issue. It's available online and will be closed at the end of the month. See Article 13511 for a link to the survey. To finish up this week, we have a story of horse owners lending a helping hand. Although the floodwaters that covered much of western Washington earlier this month have receded, they left a lot of damage and a lot of ruined hay and grain. The horse community is working together to help those in need, and some businesses are also chipping in. People from around the country have sent donations to flakesale.com, raising more than $10,000 so far. On the Flake Sale website, those interested can click to buy a virtual flake of hay via PayPal. The virtual flakes go for $5 a piece and represent enough hay to feed a horse for one day. So far, they've raised enough to feed just over 2,000 horses for one day. Horse owners impacted by the January 2009 floods can also apply for relief via the site. The fund is being managed by Second Chance Ranch, a 501c3 nonprofit. That's it for this week's Ryder Report. Visit thehorse.com for all the latest news on equine healthcare, management, and welfare. I'm Erin Ryder, news editor of The Horse, your guide to equine healthcare. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you